my name is Imagine Creativity. It's January 1st, 2025. I'm currently 23 years old.
I currently have 1,543 subscribers over on YouTube.
I currently have 2,042 subscribers over on YouTube, which is the most I've ever had, obviously, but it is the quickest growth I've ever had too. I mean, this is my most consistent year, which is pretty hard, and I think this is just a setup to a fantastic 2025. I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of thought that 2024 was gonna be my year, but it kind of was, kind of wasn't, but this is the biggest growth I've seen in a while, and oh my god.
347 Aiden. The most followed person who follows me is still 347 Aiden.
It's still 347 Aiden, but there's also Andy King, it's Lux City or Christian Gates. I'm not sure if he's past 347 Aiden. I'm gonna have to check that. If not, then it's 347 Aiden.
My favorite video I've made so far this year has to be the Grimace Shake video. That one took a while to make, and honestly I really think breaks the norm of like a commentary video.
That's pretty funny because the Grimace Shake video is actually one of those videos that I'm kind of like, it's not great anymore. My favorite video for this year easily has to be like the American campaign ad video, because it was the most cohesive piece that blended comedy and like video essay, which I've taken a lot of inspiration from this year, which we'll get into later, but I just felt like I let it culminate into something that I was genuinely really proud of. And yeah, it wasn't perfect, and I know a lot that I can change and really grow on, but it was able to flex where I'm at now and really show it to everyone, which is dope.
My biggest inspirations right now over on YouTube are, shocker, commentary videos. Honestly, I still really agree with the inspirations. I think if anyone, Mia Cole is kind of the person that's kind of pushing me into this more artistic, self-reflection, informational commentary era that we're starting to get into.
Now that's really funny because the first year I'm talking about, I'm into commentary, then it's Mia Cole, and now it's like my biggest inspirations, a YouTuber called Kanikarus, and he does not make commentary channel videos. He makes like deep dives into like video game accessories, but he puts sketch comedy in it, which is, if you ever seen Kanikarus and then you watch one of my videos, like you can see the inspiration taken there in the sense of like, sometimes the sketches make no sense, no fucking reason to be in the video. They feel like a Family Guy cutaway, and I personally love that fever dream energy. That fever dream energy is what keeps me going. So another one that I really like for like narration purposes, which you guys could see within my like video essay, is a lot of video essays that I watch, like Broccoli something. I'll put his thing right here. And another guy that doesn't do video essays, but he does a thing where he tries to learn a skill a lot. The way he narrates and like shows artistically the journey is so cool, and that he's someone that I really want to take inspiration from over this next year with some bigger projects I have in mind. So we'll see where that comes from. But like commentary channels are not even in the stratosphere this year. Like I haven't watched them worth shit. And yeah, it's kind of because Mia doesn't upload. What the fuck, Mia? 100% I take priority on YouTube now than music, and it's cool because I feel like at this point I let my music grow, where like whenever I do touch music, it's like some of the best stuff I've ever made. I mean, Breakdown Whip, Old Money, Good Day, Meta, and a few other unreleased ones from this year I'm genuinely proud of. They're good songs to me. Compared to everything from years before, it's like I can nitpick so much about them. But the beautiful thing is they coexist with my YouTube now, where the only time I get that hunger to finish a song or write a song is when it's for a YouTube video. And when it's for a YouTube video, it's so much more fun because it's not this like process of sitting there, coming up with stuff, draw. It's like, all right, let's make this funny. What's some visuals I can go with it? It's like imagery just flows out a lot easier, and I have a lot more fun with my music, which I feel like really shows. Like one song from my past that I'm still super proud of and like I'm happy with is like Andrew Tate, and that was a spur of the moment, I'm gonna make a song for a video.
One thing I'd wish I do better is
Okay, real quick, I have to say, why the fuck am I wearing my hair behind my ears? I look like fucking a Lord of the Rings character, dog. What the fuck? I better not say I have drip.
I'd get into these ruts for weeks and weeks, and then I'd scrap a video, like the Grimace Shake video. I had that written and ready to record back in March, July, right when the Grimace Shake was at its peak.
Anyways, one thing I do wish I would have done better this year is it did take until the latter half of the year to really get my consistency going. Like, I was really falling into the 2023 trap that I was talking about in my last year. But about, I want to say August of this year was when I was like, hold up, let me lock in. And I kind of did. I mean, I kind of fell through sometimes, but a lot of the times it was because I was working on a bigger video or I was figuring out what steps I need to take to stay ahead. And I think I'm starting to get it. I think I'm starting to be able to be more consistent, and you guys are gonna see that with how ahead I am with everything. I'm talking short form, long forms, imagination studio. I got a lot of things planned, and I'm realizing to get them all done, you kind of need to work them all out where you're kind of bouncing. You can't just work on one project. You gotta have 50 of them going at once, and I'm learning how to balance that. So I wish I would have understood this sooner, but I'm also super grateful I didn't. So I can come up into this year super strong and maybe make 2025 so much fucking worse. I'm not gonna upload once. This shit's gonna be so funny.
100% agree with what I think I was trying to say there, but there's times where you're not really feeling like editing, but like you kind of should, It's the same reason why like some days you wake up and you feel like, oh man, I gotta shower, I gotta run out, and you feel like just curling up. Some days, I should just do it, because those days, I learned this year, can turn into weeks, can turn into months.
But no, what keeps me going, honestly, is the enjoyment of it. I mean, I can get into this for hours. I absolutely love what I do. If I didn't love what I did, then I wouldn't be doing it. I mean, I'll probably talk about it a little bit more, but like the whole reason the studio looks a little different is because I'm doing something a little risky, a little cool, guys. But you guys will see that a lot next year, like a lot, especially if you follow my short form page, because like long form's not gonna see too much of what I did. But I love doing this. It's honestly something I really enjoy. I'm gonna throw my body, my mental on the line for this kind of shit because it's all I want. This shit's dope. It's fucking cool, dude. And as long as I keep enjoying it and I have a pathway and means of doing it, I'm gonna fucking find a way.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. That's funny because like I was looking for that flannel because I thought I remembered myself really liking that style, and I've kept the style. The biggest change I've really done this year is with my hair, and like I got a little bit more of like retro rugged. I'm like 2 steps from like looking like a greaser at this point.
All right, I'm gonna say something controversial. Year 1 me had better drip than year 2. Year 2, I kind of look like I'm about to give you your fucking first trial, your first journey in a fucking forest. This year, may I just say, I got that shit on. Yeah, I get shit on. Cleveland steam this drip. I'm balling like a baby the way I'm putting this fit on.
My major goals this year is like focusing on consistency and seeing what it takes for me to constantly get content out across streaming platforms and really see what it takes. Which means this next light goal makes me sound like a hypocrite because I'm gonna try to reach 3K by July.
Honestly, my goal for this year is gonna be just like get even more consistent, experiment with your content, take the risk. Like one big thing I want to do is start to implement more sketch comedy with more extras and more people in it, so I can start like doing sketch comedy. I have a whole idea. One thing I also would like to do is like do stand-up. I got a bunch of videos planned around forcing myself to do things that like make me uncomfortable. So that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be really cool. And my whole goal for this year is to like by the end of this year, next year, to be like, all right, I stayed as consistent as I wanted to. I took risk when I seen them, and like, this guy fucked.
Honestly, gotta say, the advice I'd give myself a year from now would just be stay consistent with it. When you have those moments of like, just hold yourself to the higher standard you want to, because you're the only one that's gonna do it. I feel like treating it like a job has its like little gripes that can get you caught up where you stress about it, you overthink about it constantly, and then you kind of get stuck in that mindset of 3 weeks go by because you just can't bring yourself to touch the computer with burger cheese on it.
No, actually, I mean, I get what I'm trying to say, but like, kind of droning on. Yeah, staying consistent is kind of like the whole point of making a YouTube channel, and like, we just gotta figure it out. It's trial and error. I'm realizing like, I'm seeing a lot in this, like, it's very much analysis paralysis with myself. Like, I get very stuck in the moment. I'm like, you gotta do this, you gotta figure out this, when it's like, just do. You gotta just jump in, you gotta just commit yourself to it. If you don't, it's never gonna fucking happen. So, you gotta just do it. Instead of like, I know sometimes you don't wanna do it, shawty, but do this shit for me, girl. Fuck no. I don't wanna do shit now. Get out of my house.
I kind of dropped the ball, you know, with everything. I can't say I did anything strong this year.
My biggest disappointment this year is, like I said earlier, I would have liked to stay consistent, but it is a learning thing. I did not do any short form I really wanted to. No post on INS. Like, the only thing that was my saving grace for 2024 being a huge flop was August onwards. August onwards, I really felt like I got my mojo back. I really started feeling it. Like, I kind of got a breather from content, and I was like realizing the kind of like the stutter in my step. But all in all, 2024 has actually been a pretty damn good year for me, a big growth period, and I feel like a lot of the big vices that I've had with myself and big obstacles I've needed to get over, I've been able to get past, and it's been pretty nice. So that's pretty cool. I feel a lot more comfortable just like talking, being myself, because I don't know, I have a problem with setting these little guidelines, and this year I feel like those guidelines are starting to crack and fade, and it's all about authenticity. You know, you can play a character like I do big time in my shorts, but like, there's also you. Oh yeah, I forgot to rate my fit. I don't know, the shit's kind of hard. Madeline May, great fucking artist. Got that core line drip going. And jean jacket, because I'm pompous as hell. Should I do a little twirl for you guys? I'm not gonna do a little. The apocalypse is right behind me, isn't it? You better edit something really cool here. Bye.